On September 11, 2001, the first strike back against terrorism occurred over the skies of Somerset County on board United Flight 93. The crash site has since been available to the public as a temporary memorial, with 170,000 visitors a year coming to the site to honor the crew and passengers. In the next 2 years, a National Park Service memorial will be constructed that will attract more than 250,000 visitors every year. There are many good attributes associated with this, and the opportunity for tourism and economic development will certainly increase. There is also a downside that a destination point of this magnitude will have on a rural area that is currently unprepared for such a magnitude of attention. The opportunities for unplanned development and loss of rural characteristics, altering the viewsheds and loss of public access in rural Somerset County is a very real possibility. The Somerset County Commissioners sponsored a Flight 93 corridor study to determine what can and should be done to take advantage of the positive and minimize the negatives of the Flight 93 National Memorial. Although this plan was completed over a year ago, only the Somerset Conservation District has taken it off the shelf and is attempting to initiate one of the recommendations. The district has begun development after securing a grant from the Foundation for Pennsylvania Watersheds to create a GIS conservation priority map that will identify and prioritize the land within the corridor that can and should be preserved. Once this GIS tool is completed, implementation of the program to educate and establish opportunities for conservation and access easements will be able to be pursued. Just a half mile from the crash site lies the Stony Creek River, which has been resurrected from abandoned mine drainage over the past 15 years through the efforts of the Conservation District and its partners, with over $10 million of public funds invested. Without land conservation, efforts in cooperation with local landowners, the new and increasing recreational and economic opportunities that now exist from a recreational fishery, whitewater destination point, and clean water could easily be lost. The results of urban sprawl and unplanned development are already well established even in rural Somerset County. The Route 601 corridor is a prime example of what happens when development is unplanned with results that are not appealing economically or visually. The goal of this project is to be proactive, to minimize unplanned progress from occurring again, distracting from the visitor's experience and negatively impacting the honor the heroes of Flight 93 deserve. Specifically, the funding requested from the NACD will be used to complete the creation of the GIS priority map that is already underway. The funding will then be used to implement the educational phase of the project, which will include a media blitz, PowerPoint program that will be taken to citizens through civic groups and legislative venues in order for the populace and decision makers to grasp the significance of this project. Funding will also be used to empower the district staff to create memorandums of understanding with the Western Pennsylvania Conservancy, land easement technical assistance that will establish the procedures and create the documents geared specifically to the preservation of the Flight 93 corridor. Similar cooperative documents and coordination will occur with the Somerset County Conservancy, a locally led and operated nonprofit land trust that will be used to hold easements and protect them from challenges and secure them perpetually. The balance of the funds will be used as seed money for actual easement acquisition to move the program from the planning to the actual on-the-ground implementation and prove to future funders that the Flight 93 Corridor Conservation Project can and does work and justifies its own continuation. The events of 9/11 were unanticipated and have shaken the entire world. On a smaller but nonetheless important level, the reverberations and their impact on the local community continue to escalate. The Somerset Conservation District is now ready with a plan that will enable Somerset County to continue to play a crucial role on the global scale, while still conserving its local natural resources, protecting its recreational capacity, and ensuring its economic foundation in a manner that those who perished for such lofty goals would be proud of.